Let's look at a pamphlet today. Pamphlets, man. These are one of my favorite things to get with a wooden railway item, besides the toy itself, is because, like, just look how nice these look. This is how you would find out what you don't have in your wooden railway collection before the internet became such a big thing. Because the whole line is basically right here. Whatever was released and available. One of my favorite things to do is just to look at all the engines, see which ones I didn't own, see which ones I already did own, and then also the destinations as well. And then on the back, we have bridges and tunnels, and all these sets that I never bought because my parents would rather buy a track on its own than to buy a whole set. Something about the 2001 pamphlet that I noticed was that it had the Sodor log loader in there. And I remember as a kid, I really wanted the log loader, but it was an item that I just didn't get until 2013. Well, this is the one I got back in 2013. Awesome, the Sodor log loader. Whatever retail store sold this, they listed it for $29.99. And the box you can see here is from 1996. So this log loader was one of the last items that I got in 2013 before I took my first break from YouTube and left the community for about 8 years and didn't buy any new wooden railway items for almost 9 years. So, in my opinion, this is the item that made me stop collecting wooden railway. Alright, before I get into discussing why I believe the log loader is the item that made me stop collecting wooden railway, let's just take a look at the inside here and show off this log loader that I don't think has been on camera for over 10 years. Wait, I lied. I used it in my layout video that I filmed here, actually in the same room, 2 years ago. So here we have the log loader itself. This is a 1996 log loader, as you can tell by the date on the log loader itself and also the box. So this is what it looks like from the side. It's basically a rectangle shape with a little slot in here where you could put in Henry's Ford's log car. Yeah, really whack how they show log cars included here, but it says vehicle sold separately. Like, come on. Not only that, this log loader also came with a warranty card. So it's a lifetime warranty registration sweepstakes entry card. Winners are chosen 4 times a year for a $100 savings bond. That's quite interesting. I want to see how this lifetime warranty applies now, considering the company is no longer around. And then now you can enter into the lifetime sweepstakes with your personal information on the back right here and send it off to Learning Curve. And this address right over here, Learning Curve Customer Service Department, 314 West Superior Street, 6th floor, Chicago, Illinois, 60610. Can you tell this is a 1996 log loader if I showed you this 1996 pamphlet that came with it? Like, come on, believe me, it's a 1996 log loader. Look, it's right there. So yeah, the log loader as well came with some logs. These logs are the same length, or the ones that fit into Henry's Ford's log car. You would get 3. And here's the back of the box before anybody gets all riled up. I didn't show the back of the box. Well, it's also one of the boxes that featured the unreleased decorative 3 building set. So the log loader was one of the first items by Learning Curve that features interactive play. A lot of the early destinations from 1993 all the way to 1995 primarily were display pieces. You had your water refilling tank, your set of 3 buildings, your Thomas Comes to Breakfast house. Now those are all fine destinations, a little small, but they mainly just were for decorating your layout. With your log loader, the way it operates is that you add the logs that you receive from your log loader set into the back of the log loader, slide underneath the Henry's Forest log car, and then use these cranks on the side to slowly load the logs into your car. So that's the function of the log loader. Pretty sick item. Now the log loader, I remember purchasing this in March of 2013 on an eBay auction. Wasn't that expensive, luckily, because that's how I was able to sway my mom to approve purchasing this for me and paying for it and all that. It took me until 2013 to find one for a good price, and luckily I also got one in the box. And then pretty soon afterward, I stopped collecting Wooden Railway. So now the question begs, what happened? In order to further prove my theory, I feel like it's only right to show off my eBay purchase history for the few months leading up to May 2013, where I decided to leave YouTube. And we'll see how often I was buying items and just see that slow decline that started to happen once this item was purchased. So let's cut to the purchase history. Alright, so here we are looking at the transaction reports for my eBay account. I've taken the liberty to scroll down all the way to December 2012 because I bought a lot on eBay. And we're going to be looking at from December all the way to May of 2013. So for our first item in December of 2012, we have the Thomas Comes to Breakfast set, purchased on December 6th for $29.09. I'd say that's pretty good of a price. Once again, a lot of these items that I purchased on eBay had the mentality like, okay, if I see it for a good price, I'm going to buy it now, because a lot of these items didn't come up back then as often as they do now. Now there's a bunch of Thomas Comes to Breakfast house sets on eBay, probably not for good prices, but they are there. Apparently I paid $10 for shipping on this item. Got ripped off on shipping. Next thing I bought was on December 12th, the Thomas and Friends transfer table. Once again, that's another item that I really wanted, and I saw it on eBay for a good price. I think it was a bid for starting at $20, and I put in another bid, and it went for $20.50. Really good. And one of the transfer table was a big bulky item that I come to love in the last few months before I purchased it. So I wanted to add it to my collection. Next, we have a Knapford Express coach here that I paid $28 for. This Knapford Express coach was the fourth variant, that one variant in between the first edition where they were painted dark gray, and then the later editions where they were painted in a whiter paint scheme. I'd say fourth because there's now a new third version that has black lines on the side of the rectangle decal design of the Knapford Express coach, but this one does not have the black lines. So I think it's considered the fourth version now, but back then any Knapford Express coach that looked like that was considered the third version. And then finally on December 27th, I got a lot of 4 special engine sheds from 1992 for only $15.60. I actually bought this from Jay Louvier. This is one of his eBay accounts. And I remember I was in a bidding war with Mr. MPS 2002 on this, and I came out on top, which was great because I had 6 special engine sheds by that point. And for $15.60, getting 4 sheds, really good, I would say. So in December, I only purchased 4 items, and to be honest, that's kind of respectable considering that I did recently buy the lot that was $240. So of course, not a lot of items were purchased in September after that, or in October or in November, and that's kind of going into December a little bit because that was a lot of money to spend at one time, and that kind of lack of money filtered into the other months when I came to buying TWR items. Now let's move over to January. The first item I have here that I purchased is the Highway Crossing. This Highway Crossing I remember came from the UK, and I got it for $10.87, and it came with the box. Next, I got a Switchyard track, and I paid $35 for it. I would say that's an okay price for it. It came with the box, so looking at it now, I would say it's good. And I actually purchased it from Damien7189, and that was TrainsAreCool2's old eBay username. TrainsAreCool2 was in a point of his life where he wanted to start thinning down his Winter Railway collection, so I did offer to buy him his Switchyard track because he was thinking about selling it, and that's another item that I really wanted for my Winter Railway collection, so I bought it and paid $35 for it. January 16th, I bought the Thomas the Tank Trank lot, straight curve swivel switch, and a round table. I think I got this lot for the brown turntable, the 8-inch turntable, because that's another item that I really wanted and I didn't have in my collection at that point. And the only way of getting it for a good price was to get in a lot, so I got a lot of clickety-clack straights, clickety-clack curved. The swivel track, I think that's talking about the Flexi track, and I guess they also came with some switches too. $21.50, not bad. January 19th, I bought something that wasn't Winter Railway. It was this Beatles Complete BBC Sessions 9 CD box set from 1993, and I paid $200 for it. And then on January 26th, I bought a lot with a Terrence, Toby, a Troublesome Truck, and a Soderline caboose. They all had flat magnets and staples on them, and they were all 92. The Terrence was a black wheel Terrence, and the Toby was the decal sticker Toby. And then the Troublesome Truck, well, what can I say? That was number 8. And then the Soderline caboose, the 92 one didn't have the cross at the windows, and it also had a black and red roof instead of just a solid black roof. I ended up paying $49.88 for that, and the shipping was only $1.99, so what more could I ask for? And then on January 29th, I got a Henry. I believe this Henry was 1992 Henry. Doesn't say on the title if it's 1992 or not. Maybe it did in the description. Only paid $9.50 for it. So in January, I bought 6 eBay listings. 5 of them were Winter Railway, and 1 of them was a Beatles CD set. Now let's move on over to February. February, I guess I got another lot from the same seller as the Terrence, Toby, caboose, and truck. This one was for another set of flat magnets and stapled items, and this lot came with a Gordon, a Toby, and a Percy, and I don't really remember this one at all. I knew I had 2 1992 Tobys at one point, and I ended up selling one to Bertram Fan 1, but I don't remember where the Gordon went because I bought another Gordon, and we'll see that coming up in the following month here. And I also know I got a 92 Percy somehow, but again, I guess it might have came from this lot because that's the only way I can think where I would have got the 92 Percy from. On February 9th, 2013, I got a Lorry 3 for only $25.56. You will never find a Lorry 3 that will sell below $30. And of course, my Lorry 3 came with the cargo piece, so I was very happy to own Lorry 3. February 14th, I got cargo cars with magnetic cargo. I want to say this was my cargo crane that I got in the box, but I don't really know. This eBay title doesn't give me much to work with, but whatever it is, I paid $8.50 for it. February 17th, 2 bumpers and 2 signs used in the box, $10, and it was something I bought from Damien once again. It's Damien7189, TrainsAreCool2. February 17th, I also got a 96 James, or did I? eBay username for this seller is Trainman5425, and if you are a veteran like myself, you would know that that username has been used by R. Bullfield sometimes, and that was his eBay account. R. Bullfield was also at the same point of his life where he wanted to sell all of his Winter Railway stuff and just be done with Thomas and leave it behind. And what he will have me, Damien, and Henry's Grade 15 Johnny do on some of his auctions was to bid up and try to inflate his prices on some of his items here. So, and if we accidentally won an item because we bid too high and somebody else didn't come and try to outbid us, then he would just say that the item was paid for, we'd exchange some positive feedback, and then he would relist the item. And finally, on February 28th, I got a 1996 lime green breakdown train for $35. This was another item that wouldn't come up for sale that often, and I really wanted it to add it to my collection, so I saw one and I bought it. So in February, I once again purchased 6 items, technically 5 because the James doesn't count in my book as I never received it and I never paid for it. So 5 items in February. Now let's move on to March. We can see there's a lot more in March so far. March is my birth month, so of course we're going to be spending a little bit more for myself here. And on March 1st, I got the Brown Label boxcars in the box here for $10.53. On March 3rd, I got a 1992 Gordon for $25. I'd say that's fair. Once again, it was from Damien that I purchased this item from. On March 4th, I bought a Neil for $7.50. Neil is another engine I didn't have yet, so I saw one for a good price and decided to go for it. On March 7th, I got this Life Sean Sheffy By All Means Necessary skateboard sticker. Now, I didn't go into collecting skateboard stickers after I was done with Wooden Railway, or almost done with Wooden Railway. Trains Are Cool 2 did, and he had this eBay seller that he was buying from, but encountered some problems with them, and the eBay seller blocked him. So he still wanted to buy some skateboard stickers from the seller, but he couldn't, so he had me do it, and then I would put in his address for where to ship these to, and he would pay me back whatever it cost. So I helped him out for the next few weeks buying these skateboard stickers until the eBay seller caught wind of what was going on and also blocked me from buying any products from them. It's okay, their eBay username is not available, so I would hope that they are a person who closed their account. On March 10th, I got some fences/gates for the Roundhouse shed turntable. March 13th, I got the new Sodor Coal car that was in green. This was a new Mattel product that was coming out at the time that I really wanted to get. I really liked how the coal cars looked. I thought that they were kind of like the old style ones from the early 2000s, so I decided to buy one early for $10.50. On March 14th, I bought 2 more stickers for Damien here. Both of them were $7. And then on March 22, we have the item that we were waiting to see, the Sodor Log Loader. $13.49 in the box like you just saw. And once again, item that I really wanted. Birthday was coming up, so I decided, let's do it right now. And then on March 26th, the last time I bought in March was this Thomas and the Magic Railroad Gold Dust car, and it was sealed. I paid $32 for it, and yeah, I opened it. Sue me, I paid for it. So in March, I purchased 10 items. 3 items were for Damien, so really 7 were only for myself here. April 6th, I bought a Beatles Hello Goodbye I Am the Walrus German single with the picture cover for $20. I thought the single cover art looked really, really cool. It's very psychedelic 60s looking like vibe here that you're getting from this picture sleeve. And this was my first record that I bought off of eBay. On April 8th, I bought 2 more skateboard stickers for Damien here. April 16th, I got 2 Bulstrode the Barges. This one was purchased first, and it was for $10.50, and I purchased it at 6:16 p.m. But the second one I bought at 6:17 p.m., and it was $2.50 cheaper. So I believe what I did is I canceled the first one, and I want to go ahead and bought the second one because it was cheaper. April 21st, I got 2 USB AC power adapter, wall charger, and plug for the iPhone 4S that my family and I recently purchased. April 22nd, I got a new in the box Paxton from the Day of the Diesels, and I paid $8 for him. I bought Paxton. It's a little weird looking at why I bought Paxton in April when I only bought, Bulstrode in April 2 so far. But I bought a Paxton because even still then, at this point, I finished my season 2 of my series. I was working on remakes, but I was also still writing for season 3 and beyond for what I wanted my series to do. And I wrote something with Paxton in it, so I decided to go ahead and buy a Paxton now so I have him ready to go. And then on April 28th, I got a water refilling tank. And this was for YouTube user Bertram Fan 1. He wanted a water refilling tank, but the seller that was selling this item would not ship over to Canada where he lived. So he asked me to buy it for him. He'll pay me back, and then he'll also pay me to ship it to him over in Canada. So I agreed to do so, and that was my last purchase for April.
So looking at April, we can see we bought 8 things here, but 2 of them were skateboard stickers for Damien. 1 was the canceled Bulstrode. 1 was the water refilling tank for Bertram Fan 1. And 2 of those were Wooden Railway, with the other 2 being miscellaneous products here. So 2 items in Wooden Railway for April out of 8 purchases made in the month of April. Technically 4 of them were for me though, so already we're not looking too good here. Let's go over to May really fast here. As you see here in May, even though I bought like 8 things, none of them were TWR related. So that's why I believe that the log loader is the item that made me stop collecting Wooden Railway.
I like to think of the log loader as the cream of the crop at the time. I was buying almost everything that I really wanted from the Wooden Railway line that I couldn't get as a kid. And while I still had plenty of more items to go in completing that collection, the log loader was really the last item that I so desperately wanted as a kid. And now that I finally got it, it's kind of like me thinking, well, what else is there to collect? And once again, going through the pamphlet of Buildings and Destinations, there was still a lot for me to get. Like, I still needed to get the Sodor engine wash. I didn't get that until last year. I still needed to get the switch tower. That's an item I still don't own. The Sodor Dairy Farm was another item that I did not own at the time. I got it about 2 years ago. Looking at the bridges and tunnels, there's still quite a bit that I'm missing. Like, I am still missing the drawbridge, the Knapford covered bridge. I mean, for characters, I'm still missing Mike of all things. I haven't even considered owning any of the Magic Railroad characters until that point. I was still missing all 4 of these new guys, so clearly, I still had a lot to collect. But the thing is, though, is that out of all those items, as a kid, I never really wanted them. I never really had a strong desire to go purchase them back then. I also didn't have a strong desire to go purchase them until recently, when I wanted to, I guess, complete more of my collection and fill in the loose gaps of what I was missing. But this item was always an item that I really wanted as a kid, and when I got it, I realized to myself, what's left? So that is my look on the Sodor Log Loader, the item that's made me stop collecting Wooden Railway for over 9 years. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there, especially my friends, are really hoping that it was way more than 9 years.